G'day everybody and welcome to this video. It's Scott Caporal here coming to you from my beautiful home in Bali. And the other week on our Hangout I talked about some of the tools and techniques that I can use with AWeber to increase my open rate. So I thought what I'll do is cut a video and take you into my AWeber back office and show you exactly what I do to increase the open rate for my follow-up emails and also my broadcast emails. So I'll just log into AWeber here. And what I'll do is once I've logged in, I'll go into one of my lists. And this is my Go for Gold list, which is my prospects list for carrot bars. And what I'll see here is I can see a list of recent broadcasts, and you can of course click on Show More to bring up the list of your recent broadcasts. Okay, and here's a list of some of the recent broadcasts. So what I do is, first of all, you'll notice over here on the right-hand side of where it says sent, you've got a percentage and a hash or a pound sign here. So you can either look at the percentage numbers of opens or the absolute numbers of people that have opened that particular email. So let's say I want to resend this Chronicles of a Crazed Marketer email back out again. You'll see here that I sent that on the 10th of March. That was just a couple of days ago. The 10th of March 2014. Let's get it together. And now I want to rebroadcast that to my list. So what we do is we just click on that. The actual title of that email is basically a hyperlink back into it. We can bring up a whole lot of statistics that AWeber will track on that particular email broadcast. Of course, there are a couple of ways to get into the broadcast, but there's a summary page on the front page when you log in, when you correct your current list. So that was really easy. So I can see how many people this was sent to, see how many opens. There's a whole lot of statistics there. But what you may not have known is you can actually create a segment of your readers. So what you could actually do is there's a couple of things you could do. You could segment the list based on people who have opened your email, or you could segment this list on people who have not opened this email, and that's what I want to do today to show you. So I'll click on Unopened over here on the right-hand side, and I'll bring up a whole list of people who didn't open it. So what I can do, I have a couple of options. I can go send directly to these subscribers. So there's over 1,000 people who did not open this message. And that's what I want to do. I want to send a message directly to these subscribers. So I'll click on that. What we need to do is create a segment name. Now what I typically do is I use a naming convention where I'll go back and probably type in the first couple of words or something like that, something that's very unique out of the subject line. So I'll just use Crazed Marketer here. And I think you've got to use all lowercase, and you can't use any punctuation here, so no dots, dashes, any extra symbols. But what I'll do is I'll put no open, or no opens, so I know what that segment is. So I've got the choice to resend that to the segment now, or I can save it. What I like to do is I like to save it to a segment, because I may want to change something in the headline of that particular email to maybe something in it wasn't working quite well. I want to try something a little bit fresh or make a change, or I'll show you a few techniques in a moment. So what I do is I just save that to a segment, which is basically called Crazed Marketer, no open. So AWeber's created a small segment within its database, I guess, of all the people who didn't receive that message from that particular list. Now, all I need to do is scroll down here and go copy message. And it brings up the broadcast editor. So this way I can start changing anything on my email. Now I know these people haven't opened the email, so there's no point really changing any of the content. I'm quite happy with that. So you could just change something in heading. Some things I do, have you seen this? And then maybe change some of the headings, or a nice little tip is just doing a let's just do that again. Or for you. You don't want to overdo a lot of these things because obviously people will get tired of them after a while, but they're on your list for a reason, and you just want to be arousing their curiosity to open that particular email. You know, emails are kind of a funny thing because if you're not sitting in front of your desk or you're not going through your computer, it could just be caught up in all the other mail and gets missed. So it's just a good opportunity to just resend the mail. You could even send it with the same subject line. You know, video for you if there's a video in there, or image for you. There's lots of different techniques. So in this case, I'm just going to change the headline around. I'll copy that. I'll cut it actually. X. So I'll do something like this. I bet you can relate to this, the Chronicles of a Crazed Marketer. Okay, so that's all I wanted to do to change that particular email. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to send it to that particular segment. So scroll down past the two sections there. And look here, it says send to segments, all subscribers. So what I want to do is go into this drop-down list and you'll find there's pre-configured segments in AWeber. So if someone's joined the last 30 days, you can send them a message. AWeber keeps track of that. Or you can see all these no opens that I've actually created. Now the most recent one I created was the Crazed Marketer no options. So that's way down the bottom. So I'll just scroll down there and click that. And you'll see that I've got a number of lists in AWeber, and on my previous broadcast I had selected all these lists, so it maintains exactly the same list that you want to broadcast to, but all it will do is send it to this particular segment, which is the segment where no one had actually opened those particular emails. And all I need to do is go down and save message. Taking a little bit of time to save today. And there we have it, my broadcast is ready. There's the one I was working on a little bit before. So the one I wanted was, I bet you can relate to this. Let me just delete this one to save any confusion. So what it will tell you, and you want to check this because sometimes I've created segments and I forgot to do that little step where I do the drop-down list and actually pick the segment, and unfortunately it just gets broadcast out to my list again. I don't really want to be bugging people with the same email if they've already opened and read it. Excuse me, I've still got a little bit of a cough and cold here. So what you'll see under this is this will be sent to the, and in inverted commas, Crazed Marketers no open. So it's telling me it's sending me to a segment, which is fantastic. So you just want to double check that. Perhaps send a test. I always test my emails because sometimes I'm rushed and I don't spell things as properly or make grammatical errors, so I do like to test it and make sure the links all work, because I put images in my emails. If you're not putting images in your emails, you need to be putting images in your emails. You need to be putting links behind those images to the step-by-step page or some kind of other information or sales page. So now I've just sent that test through, and I can just go to my Gmail account and bring that up. Actually, I probably don't even need to show you that. I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with testing this and sending it to yourself. So I can either send that now or use the scheduler to send it out at a particular time. I won't send this one yet. I'd rather wait another day or so before I send this particular broadcast out. So it's pretty simple. So all you do is go back into your broadcast messages that you've sent, open it up, select the no opens, save to a segment, go down and then copy this email, change it in the headline. Down the bottom of that section where you're editing your email, you get the option to put it into a segment, select that segment, save, and you're ready to test and broadcast. It's pretty simple. And the good news is, this is also available for follow-ups. All right, after some digging around, I finally found it. They changed it with a newer version of the web interface with AWeber. So what I actually need to do, this is a little bit more tricky and technical, so it's optional. Of course, you don't have to do this, but it's good to know how to do it. Particularly, you may want to come in maybe once a month and rebroadcast the first or second follow-ups to those that haven't opened them. They're typically the most important. Just go into subscribers and manage subscribers. And we can do some something here with the settings. I might have to blank some of this out. So what we want to do is, here it is, it's under messages not open. So go down to messages or message not open. And what we can actually do in this field box it'll actually automatically load all of our follow-up emails. So, I can do broadcast or follow-ups, sorry. They've changed this, they've improved it. So let's click on follow-ups. So we want to say, look, who hasn't opened up the first follow-up email introducing the greatest lie ever, which is my first follow-up email. And what I can do is just click on search. And that's going to show you all the people who haven't. Look at that, Mr. Albie Costa. No, he's probably opened it. This brings up a whole list of everyone who's got the first email that hasn't opened it. And actually, there's quite a large list there. So I'm going to have to look into that. So what I want to do is look at the top here. It says save as segment. So what I do is I might just write in first, follow up, no, open. Okay, let me just put a space there, I can read it better. So first follow up, no, open. I don't think I can use a hyphen there. So first follow up, no, open. I can save that as a segment. So that segment is now saved. All right, so we've got the segment saved. So what I actually need to do is just do a quick copy and paste exercise. And what I do is I go into my follow-up list. So go into my messages, go into my follow-up series. I thought this was going to be a quick video. It's amazing how many steps that it takes that I forgot about. Okay, so what I want to do is click on that particular follow-up email. Now, I've changed this headline recently, so I'm actually going to reuse this particular headline. So what I'm going to do is just go in the main part of the message box here, click on here. I'm going to do a Control-A, which is basically a select all on Windows. I don't know what the equivalent is on Mac, and I know there's so many more Mac users out there these days. I do a Control-C to copy into my buffer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the broadcast window in another window. So I'll just do a right click and go open a new tab. That's so I can have the existing window open and also a new window open at the same time. And AWeber allows you to it saves me logging in again. So I can click on the broadcast message area. What I can do is I can go down to a new broadcast. Okay, so create one. I've got the older version of AWeber, so let's use the previous editor. I understand people in the last 6 months would have a new version, so it's slightly different. I'm hoping that copy and paste can still work. So I can come back into the HTML message section, click in there, do a Control-V, which is a paste. So there is the content of my video, my first follow-up email that people haven't received. I'll just flick back to the follow-up message because I just want to copy and paste that subject heading there. All right. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking a follow-up email and putting it into a broadcast and broadcasting it to the new segment I created, the one that had the first follow-up now opens. So all I simply need to do now is scroll down to this area here where it says send to segment. I don't want to send it to all subscribers. I want to go here. Here's what I've created here. And I've already done a first follow-up now open and a second follow-up. So I have done this before, but I want to redo it again. So that'll send it to the first follow-up now open. I can click on save messages, save message. And there we have it. I have basically taken the first follow-up, copied it into a broadcast message, obviously created a segment here, which is called the first follow-up now open segment. That was the first thing I did. And then basically copied the first follow-up, put it into a broadcast message, selected who I wanted to send it to, which is that segment. And now I can just schedule that and send it away. So actually, in fact, I will send that now. I don't need to test it because I know it's using the headline and exactly the same body as that was in the first follow-up. And that's it. That's how to do that, to basically get more opens on your list. I wouldn't say I do this weekly, but I certainly go in and look at some of the emails that maybe had a low open rate, particularly with the broadcast, and I might change the heading around and resend it out again. And 3 or 4 days later, I may even send it out again. If I got a good open rate for the first time, I might just repeat that. Typically, I won't do it any more than 3 times. And just make sure you always select the segment so you're not sending it out to the people who have opened your emails. All right, I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun with that, playing around with it. It's going to make a big difference in your business. But most importantly, customize your emails, making sure people are relating to you. They're really buying you. They're not just buying the business. Obviously, we'll put together a great sales funnel that will help sell the business. Now, all your job is to sell you, that you're there, you're available, you're passionate about this, you're a real person, all the things that we talk about in the Hangouts. It's been a pleasure bringing this video to you, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Thanks, guys. You rock. Bye.